in regards to the halftime show, just in regards to a lot of different things and a lot of different conversations, and everything that could have went wrong, okay? Cardi B's BD team lost. Also, Cardi B was on the halftime show stage on the field, but she was a background dancer. Child, it don't get no more embarrassing than that. Cardi B also was caught leaving the game early before Stephon Diggs finished. So obviously she wasn't with him last night like that. You know, Stephon was with Pre. And also Cardi B and Stephon Diggs have unfollowed each other on social media. Listen, we could have told you that it was gonna be a mess. Now it's time for court, okay? Halftime show flop, the game flop. The show, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, the halftime show itself with Bad Bunny, I'm gonna get into that later, but it was okay. The actual Super Bowl was boring this year. It was so boring. This is probably one of the most boring Super Bowls ever in the history of Super Bowls. Like, everybody at the watch party was just more so talking and, like, waiting for the halftime show. And they was watching the commercials. But, like, the actual game, it was a few people who was into it. But other than that, it was just a boring-ass show. Game. Now, I think when it comes to Cardi B and the halftime show, I feel like they probably wanted to get her on there. But I feel like she probably backed out. I think she backed out. She probably said, you know what, it's okay, I'll just be a backup dancer, a background dancer. But people are saying that they called Nicki Minaj a backup dancer for Madonna's halftime show just for Cardi B to be an actual background dancer during Bad Bunny's show. They're laughing at her, calling her a clown. And y'all, no shade, but Cardi B never really, fully said she was going to be on the stage. I feel like, I low-key felt like it was a 50-50, 50-50. But this is all just a mess. So somebody said, no ring, no halftime show performance, Stephon team lost the game, getting cheated on allegedly, court date coming soon, tour not selling, congratulations Cardi B. Oh, you forgot to add falling on robots in public like a clown. Then that would have been the perfect caption. But somebody also said that Cardi B ruins everything she touches. Seattle Seahawks lost and Kamala lost. All right, damn. It's just a hot mess. And people are clowning her because, you were following Stephon Diggs after the game, which is strange. It's giving something happened.
Just woke back up, but social media is clowning Cardi B because it was shown that she unfollowed Stephon Diggs and he unfollowed her after the Super Bowl. To add insult to injury, they claim she actually left the Super Bowl a little after the halftime show. Blog pages also show that his other baby mama was there front and center with their newborn wearing his jersey number. Now social media is clowning her saying she spent 1.2 mil for no reason. Some saying that this was just a publicity stunt, that if he won the Super Bowl, she would have gladly stayed in order to flex. Even Offset fans are saying that she chose a dude that she knew was worse than Offset. I'm gonna be honest, the only people that are shocked by this situation are the parasocial Cardi B fans. Because sports fans been told y'all how Stephon Diggs is. The man keep getting exposed for crazy wild stuff while he with Cardi. Some of y'all actually believe the Patriots was gonna win because of Cardi B and Stephon Diggs' relationship. That's what really was funny to me. Y'all lost money for no reason. But y'all kept excusing all that off the strength of y'all hate Offset so much, y'all want her relationship with this man to work.
No shade. He's right. The only people who thought that it was going to work was the Cardi B fans who are delusional. Even people who are not really fans of Cardi B, but kind of support her a little bit, they knew. The ops knew. Everybody knew it was going to work out. But when you're dumb, when you're ditzy, when you're just dingy, you just kind of think that, like, things are going to work out how you think. You kind of have this, like, well, they're also telling you lies. They're telling you lies. They're, giving you good body time. They're giving you good bump. So you're falling for everything. You're falling for the BS. And Cardi B's not smart. So she's falling for all of his tactics. Do y'all recall when Stephon Diggs said, let me heal you, let me heal you? That's how you knew it was some BS. That's how you knew it was going to be some BS.
We had too much fun. One time he just told me, it's like, let me heal you. Give me a chance for me to heal you. And it's like,
let me heal you? What? Oh my gosh. Girl, you getting healed, all right? You definitely getting healed, okay? You're getting healed because you're realizing that Offset wasn't that bad. That's going to help you out a lot, Cardi B. No shit. That's going to help you out. I think Cardi B is going to go back to Offset. Yeah. I mean, if she's dealing with Stephon Diggs, like, you might as well have stayed with Offset. And I say that because, like, let's be real. At least Offset going to cheat and then come back home a little bit. I mean, he going to gamble and, spend all his money on gambling, but he can help out with the kids. You know what I'm saying? He going to help with the kids. But me personally, Cardi, I think that right now, this is why it was best for you to just stick to doing your music, locking in with your music, and just going on tour. And you should have took at least a year or two off from dating. Why are you getting pregnant immediately? Why are you dealing with these dudes immediately? Like, maybe if you didn't get pregnant, maybe you could have, had a better rollout for your album. Maybe you could have actually did something more better and had better music. Maybe if you didn't spend your whole album crying about Offset, maybe the music could have been way better. Maybe you could have had a hit. Maybe you could have had real success. But the whole album was like Stephon, Offset, JT, and Bia. And like some random filler tracks. Like, that's all it was about. So, me personally, it is what it is. But, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Moving on to Bad Bunny, I want to get into the halftime show. So, in my personal opinion, when I saw the halftime show come on my screen, my first good critique was I love the production and the budget. The budget was definitely there. It was definitely given, to his roots, to where he's from, and the overall scenery of where he's from, obviously. So, I love that. I love how it was a homage to his, culture. I love that a lot. People were complaining, saying, he's not speaking English when his music is not in English. He doesn't make music in English. That's not his thing. Like, that y'all are so dumb, okay? Americans are so dumb sometimes. But they were just mad that this man was on stage. And me personally, I feel like the pacing was kind of, it wasn't that bad, but I feel like it was okay. He brought out Lady Gaga and Maluma. I don't know why Gaga was on stage. Gaga was so random. Like, and then she's performing Die With a Smile. What? Like, what? I didn't get that. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. And I just didn't like that at all. Only thing I will critique Bad Bunny for is I feel like you can tell he was nervous. You can tell he was very nervous. I mean, everybody would be. I would be nervous. So I'm not going to, clown him for that. But people liked it. People loved his performance. They said it was the best of all time. No, it was not. No, it was not. It was like, I wouldn't even say it was top 10, but it was good. It was good. Maybe if I was a Bad Bunny fan, maybe if I was into the music, maybe if I didn't understand what he was saying. But that's not the reason why I'm taking all points, because I know that is the language that people speak. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh, what is he saying? I'm not dumb. I know he's speaking Spanish. So let's not be crazy out here. But, okay, I feel like Lady Gaga shouldn't. Why are you on stage? Get off stage. Like, you performing this song and you don't even look like you belong here. Like, it's just random portion of Gaga singing Die With a Smile. I feel like what he should have did was kick Gaga off and just perform with some other, Latin artists. That would have been amazing. Like, get some Karol G, Becky G, even pop out, bring Shakira out there, bring out some, Anita perhaps, bring out some of them people. Have them on stage performing. Why do we have Gaga on here? No. Like, I love Gaga down, but no. But overall, for Bad Bunny, I would give him a 7.5 out of 10, which is a really high rating. Really high rating. What would y'all give him?
Bad Bunny was a bad decision for the Super Bowl halftime show. The fact that none of the NFL players knew anything about him or his music absolutely proves it. And what don't sit right with me is the simple fact that most of the people that were on the Epstein list was actually at the fucking Super Bowl this year, okay? So it just lets you know that once people seen those files, nobody gave a fuck. Everybody just went back to their normal, regular lives like nothing ever happened. And most of us already know that the Super Bowl, just as well as the Grammys, is one of their biggest energy harvesting rituals. So I don't know if that was the point of them choosing Bad Bunny, or was it a political statement, but either way, it was a bad decision. Here's the thing, right? It's crazy how so many people are going for ICE instead of going for the motherfuckers that was on the Epstein file. I said it once and I'm gonna say it over and over and over until y'all get it through y'all heads. Nobody gave a fuck about those victims. Y'all just wanted those files to drop so that y'all can have think pieces and y'all can have fucking content. And like I said before, y'all was hoping that Trump name was in there more than anybody else's. All I'm gonna say is the only reason why these motherfuckers got power is because we continue to show up and give it to them over and over again.
Moving on to Jay-Z and Blue Ivy. They was there. Also, Rumi was there. I don't think Beyonce was there. She's working on her new album and her new tour. Somebody said, I'm confused how the people in the F-Files can just go on and live like nothing happened. They're saying Jay-Z should be somewhere locked up or in the house. And they're basically talking about him saying, why is Jay-Z there? This is a bad PR move. And it was just not good at all. Well, first of all, let's be real, y'all, okay? Let's be real. People who have power and the people who are in control of these big corporations, they were on that island. They have associations to that man, okay? Why would they stop Jay-Z? Yeah, Jay-Z's black, but Jay-Z also is working with the NFL for their halftime show with Rock Nation. So I don't think they're going to tell Jay-Z, oh, you can't come. No. Because they all are involved in that weird stuff. They all do that. A lot of y'all are only pointing fingers at those who got caught. There are also, imagine the names that we see in here are the ones that we just know of that came out. You know that there are like hundreds of, maybe even thousands of people who also are involved in those activities, but they just were a little bit more discreet or just didn't get caught. Trust me, a lot of people who are in the industry be doing that weird stuff. So if the industry is full of creeps, why would they punish their fellow creeps? That's not how that works at all. The only reason they will punish their fellow creeps is if they piss somebody off behind the scenes in their weird cult-like stuff. And that's the only reason why they will push Jay-Z out or punish him. Now, he did piss somebody off because he was in the file. I think they said it was an alleged thing. I don't know. But somebody's mad. I will say that. But in the grand scheme, you don't get blackballed unless you piss somebody off. Yes, that's just how that works in that world. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Blue Ivy looked just like her mother. She looking just like her mom. Okay? And, we love to see the kids there having fun with their father. Creepy father. But yeah, let's talk less shit.
Not gonna lie, obviously we been knew that the US was a fucking joke. But why the fuck is Jay-Z at the Super Bowl? On his face, like full blown. Didn't this motherfucker just get exposed for allegedly being a part of them files? Like, I'm so confused. And then you're gonna be with Blue Ivy. I can't. Like, at what point will anything get taken seriously? Wasn't he just on a jet on his way to a undisclosed location? And mind y'all, him allegedly being a part of them files was proven to be true. Just gotta really dig and find it, because y'all know, of course, especially when you're somebody of his stature with his amount of money, they're gonna try to wipe it off the internet. But it's like, at this point, does it even matter? Shit that's been coming out on a daily, and yet people are just still out and about living their lives casually. I can't. I honestly think that it's so odd that of everybody being listed, there's only a few faces, although basically proven to have really been in the files, are showing their face. Like, there's some people that were alleged to be in them and they're MIA under a rock somewhere. You got motherfuckers like him with the big bucks, with the real connections, and y'all know what they say he's a part of, that little triangle. Naughty, yeah, but that's here nor there. Y'all know that they say he's a part of that, so I just think it's so weird that certain people are being alleged to be in these files and they just going on about the day. Like, I see Beyonce ain't nowhere to be found. I don't know. It's just, at this point, what was the point of them even releasing them? Like, honestly. At this point, I'm honestly convinced that if you are somebody with power and money, it's nothing that you could ever do that would cause you to suffer any consequences. Like, you could just literally roam the world doing whatever at this point. Like, fuck it.
Moving on to Latto. Latto is praising her man for basically not giving body contact to Kendall Jenner, okay? So 21 Savage was seen leaning against the wall at the Super Bowl, and Latto was happy to see this. You know, she's so male-centered. She posts on her Instagram story, to the window, to the wall, basically saying, yes, my man is going to make sure he ain't touching with nobody because he don't want the rumors to be that Kendall Jenner and 21 have something going on. So she's happy that 21 Savage was trying to do that for her. Now, me personally, Latto, this is embarrassing as hell. You can't even be seen with your man in public because of the situation. So the only way that we know that he would chew is if you post some subliminal song on Instagram and he avoids contact with Kendall Jenner. This is some middle school, high school shit. This is corny. You know, a real woman could just be side by side with her man in public. Therefore, we know who exactly she's with. You can't do that, though. That's embarrassing for you. You got to post an Instagram song on your story to kind of throw subs. You're corny. You're corny. You're very corny to me. And honestly, I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to Latto and 21 Savage, this is one of those things where, I mean, I don't know if the bond is good or not. It could be good, it could be great, whatever. But the way it's set up, it's just too sneaky. You got to creep around. You got to, like, dip and hide. You got to do this. You got to post this song. You can't say... It's just, we don't care no more. We don't care no more, okay? But, no shade, but a man could do all that and still be smashing her. That's what y'all don't get. A man could be leaning against the wall, hugging the wall, walking down, and still be smashing Kendall. That's what, but, you know, people don't understand that. They think that, you know, it's fine. I let people be dumb. But, yeah.
You gotta rat the wall while you walk next to a person. You should have just walked in the back like everybody else. His ass not even allowed to look that way. Gave her ass an arm distance. Picture look photoshopped. His ass then that became one with the wall before standing next to her. He holding the wall up. I would have been told his ass to get off the wall like, damn, all you got to do is say no. It wasn't no confusions in this picture. Anytime I could put my picture in between them two. He trying to blend in with the wall like Muff Danner right there.
Latto, girl, do you run a strict program? You need to be as strict about your career like you are about 21 Savage, okay? Because you be playing with your music career, you be playing, okay? But I think Latto was pregnant. Do y'all still think Latto was pregnant or not really? People are saying, oh, y'all was reaching, she ain't really pregnant. Child, I think she low-key is. But we gonna see what's tea in about, 4 or 5 more months, okay? Or maybe they may do a Halle Bailey move. Or maybe she may never even talk about the baby. Maybe she gonna have a child this whole time. And, like, she never gonna mention it. Wouldn't that be crazy? Ow, 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 ow. Moving on to Nicki Minaj. Social media users, the Barbs, they're saying that they want Nicki Minaj to headline 2027 halftime show. And you all know that that's very low to happen because, guess who's in charge? Jay-Z. So why would Jay-Z choose Nicki Minaj to do the halftime show? The only way it can work is if, like, somebody goes on stage and brings her out. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it ain't happening. Okay, other than that, it's not happening. And no shade, but I don't think Nicki wants to do the halftime show anymore anyway. She already did it, okay? She already did the halftime show back in, 2012 with Madonna. So I don't think she really cares about that stuff anymore. Nicki's in a whole different space right now. I don't think she cares about the games and the politics anymore. Well, no, she cares about politics, but, the games with the industry. I don't think she really is into that right now. You know what I'm saying? People have also said that Nicki Minaj remains the first female rapper to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show when she made an appearance during Madonna's set. So she's keeping her record of being the halftime show rap queen. So, period. And I liked her set. It was a little small, cute thing. She didn't perform any Nicki Minaj songs, but she did perform, the Give Me All Your Love and Give Me Your Love. That Madonna song, she performed for her feature on that. And it was cute. It was nice. Nothing too much, nothing too long. It was a cool little verse, cool little 1-2. But she had 10 seconds on that song. I was like, girl, okay. I wish MIA and Nicki Minaj each could have performed their own song, like a 30-second snippet of their own songs. That'd be cute. Wouldn't it be cute if Madonna let them do that? Moving on to Joy Reid and Nicki Minaj. It seems like Joy Reid is claiming that the GOP is using Nicki Minaj as a MAGA house pet. You calling another woman an animal, basically? That's strange to me. That's very strange. But I feel like, I'm kind of getting tired of the whole Nicki Minaj MAGA conversation. It's getting played out now. I mean, no shade. We're going on, month 2 with this stuff? It's getting played out. Okay, and now what are you going to do now? What are y'all going to do? What are you going to do? You can't kick out the country. You're not Trump. So, y'all just mad. You're going to have to stay mad, too. Plus, Joy Reid, I don't know. Some of her takes be a little interesting to me. But I do feel like when it comes to Nicki and the MAGA stuff, I think a lot of people don't understand, but nobody cares that much. When you go into the real world, people are still playing her music, still bumping her, still, emulating her energy and saying her punchlines and saying her quotes. Nobody cares that much. I mean, online, people are so woke and, oh my God, oh my God, Nicki Minaj. But in real life, nobody cares. Everybody has their own problems they're dealing with. Nicki Minaj is not an official politician, so whatever she says is just her opinion. She doesn't have no real power over anybody's city, country, state, or anything. She's a fan of Trump speaking her opinion. Why is that a bad thing? Why do y'all, she's not going to take your house away. She isn't going to steal your Jordans that you just bought. Ooh, All y'all have no property, no real ownership, and you're worried about the climate of the world. You don't own shit. What are you mad for? You don't own nothing. You don't own anything. What are y'all so up in arms about? You have nothing to protect.
A female rapper who hates other female rappers, who hates on women who are more popular than her, Cardi B. She'll never be Rihanna. She'll never have a brand like Rihanna. She'll never be Beyonce. She's a 40-something-year-old black female rapper who clearly don't care that much about black people or immigrants, even though...
How dare you, Joy Reid? The black political elite have been one of the biggest groups of sellouts in our community, starting when they sat by and watched Obama rebuke Minister Farrakhan in order to get into the office. They didn't think twice about ruining Farrakhan's legacy after that man had spent decades of his life uplifting us. Y'all say y'all don't like Trump so much. Y'all the reasons why Trump is in office right now. Because if you would have let Bernie Sanders get elected and then sabotage the vote by getting black people to vote for Joe Biden, a man that everyone knew didn't even want black children going to school, being bused to go to school with his children. But when they got down to South Carolina after Bernie was winning and black people were loving him, y'all got down to South Carolina and made sure that Biden won. And ever since then, Bernie was out of it. And y'all were not loyal to black voters. You were loyal to Joe Biden.
Now, I love Chris Brown, I do, but he said something that kind of annoyed me. He said some shady stuff after Bad Bunny was on stage. He said, like, oh, like, you know, I guess it's my turn now. Like, oh, basically, like, saying, like, you know, I should have did it instead. And that's messy, Chris Brown. Because imagine you did the halftime show and, like, 5 minutes later, somebody posts something about, you know, them saying, oh, they could do better than you. That wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be nice, okay? Let Bad Bunny have his moment, okay? I understand you want to be competitive and stuff, but Bad Bunny's not even in your lane to be trying to be messy about. Like, he has his own thing. Everybody has their own stuff. And Bad Bunny was good for his own reasons. Now, Chris Brown, could you do the halftime show? Yes, you can definitely do the halftime show, but that was not classy. And I know that, you know, Chris Brown isn't known to be a classy person. I know that. I'm a Chris Brown fan. But I just feel like you did not have to say that.
Chris Brown is incredibly tacky for this post he made immediately following Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance. No one can deny his talent, but Chris hasn't meaningfully spoken up on the social and political issues shaping the world in a way that suggests he's a right fit for this moment. In this climate, we're looking for artists and voices that reflect values that can unify this country, not ones whose very presence will overshadow the message. Even Kendrick Lamar's performance confronted America with culture and truth. Bad Bunny's performance centered marginalized people, celebrated culture, and uplifted communities that are often pushed aside in America. Chris just has to understand, no matter how talented you are, there are certain actions that will disqualify you from opportunities you would otherwise be a great fit for. Kanye has hits for days, but we would probably never see him on that stage, but...
Not Christopher. Maurice. Bro. Come on, man. Bro, come on. Like, we be fighting for our life defending you. Why would you go on your story and say, yeah, I think it's safe to say they need me? Oh, I liked it. I don't know. I like the show. Do him and Chris have beef? Oh, is he just speaking his mind? You know, Chris just gonna say what comes the first thing to his mind. Oh, jinkies. Man, Chris said people need me. I mean, no shade. Can't nobody put on no performance like him. I seen him live in color, and to this day, that's the best damn concert I've been to. I can't lie. But what's the beefiana? Do he not like him? Or did he just genuinely think it wasn't bad? Again, I enjoyed it. I grew up with Puerto Rican, so I love me some Spanish music. I do. Prince Royce, Ozuna, Arcángel, Sech, motherfucking Anuel, Karol G. Like, I love Spanish music. Baby, Mr. Brown said, no thank you. I need him to elaborate. I know it's pretty clean.
Due to an overwhelming empty seats and low demand, Cardi B's team is now begging people via text to buy her tour tickets. Child, what is going on? Okay, let's say Bad Bunny pulled up with Gaga and Ricky, but we were hoping for Cardi B. We got you covered, though, with the chance to see her live in New York City. Child, they sending campaigns because she couldn't pop up to the halftime show. I mean, she was there on stage, but she wasn't performing. She was a backup dancer. But y'all, I think this is crazy to me. This is really insane to me. I also do think that her team is doing the best that they can to sell the tickets. They are. I mean, let's be real. I gotta give it to them. You know, this is cute. You know, do a little campaign. But I wonder if the tickets are gonna sell out. You know, I think, like people were saying, after that first show, that's gonna really determine, you know, the fate of the tour. You know, it could go up, it can go left, it can go down. People may start getting refunds. You never know. That's possible too. See, the Barty gang don't want to talk about that part. They saying, oh, when she go on tour, people gonna love her. Y'all gotta discuss that refund part too, baby. Because people may look at this show and say, this looks cheap, this looks tacky. But we gonna see. She has a lot of things going on in her personal life, so I hope it doesn't affect her on stage. You know, she has BD drama, kid drama, husband drama. She also has career drama, rap beefs. And she also is battling with having a BBL that doesn't look good. So, you know, it's a lot going on in her career. But we gonna see. Hopefully she know how to, you know, turn on that poker face and do what she gotta do. All right? Because it ain't easy out here in life having to work and deal with your life, famous person or not. That's not easy. Okay, so we gonna see, girl. We gonna see. That show better be cute. People paying hundreds of dollars. I've seen somebody pay $800 for that show. I'm like, what? $800? Y'all are crazy. Y'all be spending money on anything. Like, y'all give anybody a chance. If I started going on tour, y'all buy a ticket from me. Moving on to Tyler, she teases her A-pop track list, her new album coming out this summertime. Hopefully it's a spring release because it takes some time for music to kind of, you know, marinate into the culture. So hopefully it's a late spring release. And it's like a lot of songs. It might be 2 discs. I don't know. I see like over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15, 17, 20 songs. This is a lot, girl. 27 to 28 songs accurately, if I'm counting accurately. Now, Tyler, sister, I want a new video or new song now because I feel like Chanel's kind of dipping off. It is. Chanel's kind of, and that's okay. It's okay, y'all. Everything does not stay up. What goes up goes down, but what's down can eventually go up with the right stuff. But I don't know. We're going to see what's Tito. I cannot wait for A-Pop to release. I can't wait for A-Pop to come out. I'm finna be going crazy. I already love pop in general. So A-Pop with Tyler, ooh, chef's kiss. No time was wasted. Stephon Diggs will appear in court for attacking his former personal chef on February 13th. He is facing felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault charges which could result in jail time. They said we will be updating the arrangement live on X. If you want to tune in for that, you can do that on X. But on a serious note, though, this is crazy. You lost the game, lost your other side chick, Cardi. Now you got to deal with this. Ooh. And you got a newborn child. Woo! Praying for you.
Apparently, Stephon Diggs is getting arrested after the Super Bowl. I had no idea. Apparently, the Patriots pushed his court date back so he could attend and get 5 yards.
And let's be real, y'all. That chef was serving more than just food to Stephon Diggs. If y'all saw those messages, you would see that she said, "And I'm out your life." Employees don't quit that way. Situationships do. Never forget the Vikings locker room all said that they would not let Stephon Diggs date their sister.
Oh, this is crazy, but it is what it is. Stephon, your court case is ready.